On a freezing winter evening, a man was walking home when he noticed a worn-out wallet lying on the sidewalk. He picked it up, intending to return it, but inside there was no identification. Only $3 and a crumpled letter that looked as though it had been there for decades. The envelope was faded and fragile. The only thing still legible was a return address. Hoping to find a clue about the owner, he carefully opened the letter and noticed the date. The letter had been written nearly 60 years earlier. It was written in graceful handwriting on powder blue paper, decorated with a small flower in the corner. It was a farewell letter. The writer explained that she could no longer see the man she loved because her mother had forbidden the relationship. Still, she wrote that she would always love him. The letter was signed with one name, Emily. The man she loved was named Daniel. There was nothing else in the wallet to identify its owner, but the letter felt too important to ignore. The man decided to follow the only lead he had and contacted the phone operator, asking if there was any phone listing connected to the address on the envelope. After several calls, he reached a woman who lived at that address. She was surprised to hear the name Emily and explained that the house once belonged to a family with a daughter by that name, over 30 years ago. She also mentioned that Emily had once placed her mother in a nursing home. That information led to another call, and then another. Eventually, the man discovered that Emily was still alive and living in a nursing home. Even though it was late, he went there. When he showed Emily the letter, she took a deep breath. Her hands trembled as she looked at the faded blue paper. She said it was the last letter she had sent to Daniel. She spoke of how deeply she had loved him, but how young she had been, and how her mother had refused to let them be together. She admitted she had never married, because no one ever compared to him. After leaving Emily, the man was stopped by a security guard who noticed the wallet in his hand. The guard recognized it immediately and said it belonged to a resident on the 8th floor, a man named Daniel Gold. The man's heart began to race. He hurried upstairs and found an elderly man sitting alone, reading. When the letter and the name Emily were mentioned, the man's face went pale. He confessed that he had never stopped loving her and that when the letter arrived all those years ago, his life had felt as though it ended. The man asked Daniel to come with him. They went down to the 3rd floor, where the lights were dim and quiet. Emily was sitting alone, watching television. A nurse gently asked her to look up. She adjusted her glasses. Daniel spoke softly and said her name. Emily gasped when she recognized him. She called out to him, and they embraced, holding each other as though the decades between them had disappeared. 3 weeks later, the man received a call from the nursing home. Emily and Daniel were getting married. A 76-year-old bride. A 79-year-old groom. A love story that waited nearly 60 years, just to find its way back.